spent the second half of last season on loan at Preston, and again they're very keen to get him back by all accounts. Such were the performances that the Danish goalkeeper put in. Also down there, Filip Benkovic, Luke Thomas, Kelechi Iheanacho, Daniel Amati, Thamwa Sung Shitawan, Daniel Amati. So looking at the way they were going through some of the warm-ups at half-time, the back four will be Daley Vontae Campbell, Daniel Amati, Filip Benkovic and Luke Thomas. You would assume a two of Vardy and Iheanacho up front, may even be an old-fashioned 4-4-2.
Yeah, absolutely. Or, well, we did see that, didn't we, on occasion at the back end of last season when the Pearland played. And it's always an option, you know, always an option for Brendan Rodgers. We've seen that since he's been here, that, you know, he's got more than one favoured formation, which the players, you know, were more than capable of carrying out on the pitch. So why not keep the old favoured 4-4-2?
Burton certainly playing that formation, and easy for the commentators this one. The Leicester 11 has totally changed. The Burton 11 has stayed exactly as it was at the start of the game. Burton to get us underway. Kamal Sowah is the other player we probably not mentioned. He was on loan last season at Leuven. Was described by the Leuven fans as the man with three lungs. So I'm interested to see what he produces for us. Another highly rated player, Ghanaian, real League of Nations in the Leicester side, where you've got Thanawat over on the left side, a young-time international. Early free kick, and Maddox clearly fancies chances again, as he did in the first half on set-piece duty. Just to complete all the changes, we've had a change of match ball. We've gone from the Football League ball in the first half to the Premier League ball in the second half. I think we are up to date. We can press on. Dewsbury Hall drops to the edge of the area, and that was a fierce shot that was struck by Bryn Morris. Right-footed, always rising, and didn't really trouble Everson.
Yeah, it's a snapshot, isn't it? It's just been cleared, is it, from Dewsbury Hall? There's a few bodies around him, good effort, never troubling the keeper.
So, apologies then, Burton did make one change, because Bryn Morris has come on. That was the player that had the shots. They've kept that one quiet. The other 10 players, I assure you, we'll take another glance around the numbers of the Burton players, is the same 11 that started. Eyes in the back of your head. At least in the second half, we will see the changes, hopefully. I think it's O'Connor that has gone off. Forward by Dewsbury Hall. A couple of first-team appearances in competitive action for the Foxes. Dewsbury Hall played 75 minutes at the start of the last season in the League Cup game at home to Arsenal. That's not a foul on Daley Campbell. And then in the previous season came on late in an FA Cup victory at Brentford to see out what was a 1-0 victory. Here he is again, Dewsbury Hall. Last season will have done him the world of good. 37 starts in the Championship, 3 goals, and a host of end-of-season awards for the Hatters. Looks as though another Leicester youngster, Kenya Lashabella, will head in the same direction as Dewsbury Hall and potentially join Luton on loan. Here's Iheanacho, and there's Vardy! And there was just a glancing touch from goalkeeper Garrett that has kept that one out. New season, same old Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, it's a great run again. I've got to say, lovely ball in. There's that partnership, straight away come together. Keeper does brilliantly. What Garrett does, he's on the front foot, gets out, smothers the space. Jamie just can't find the back line out.
2 goals in his last Premier League outing of the season against Spurs. Ended the season with 15 in the Premier League. That game against Spurs marked his 351st appearance for the club. 14th in the all-time Leicester City appearance ranks, Jamie Vardy. He's got eyes now on Gordon Banks, who's just ahead of him on 356. Sung Chitawon, who joined last September from FC Nancy in France, made a big impact in Premier League 2. Vardy racing on to a cross and winning a corner. Well, he's made an immediate impact to this game, Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, good start, better flow to the game is there at the beginning of the second half. Especially down that left-hand side where we've seen Iheanacho just stick across in, and then that was Luke Thomas this time, just floating one in.
Dewsbury Hall does have the short option of Sung Chitawon. It will be Dewsbury Hall to send it in low beyond Vardy. Aikins had the touch. The Leicester fans thought the touch was off his hands, and then it's rolled away for a goal kick.
Yeah. See if we can see that one again, John. Comes in, just we'll let him off for that one, I think. It'll be a little bit harsh. That will be given slightly off balance, or slightly misread the flight of the ball, but just about got his chest on it.
Indeed, Iheanacho, the 2 Nigerians. Foul against Jacob Maddox.
It's good, sharp start from Iheanacho, isn't it? Good feet there, good control under pressure, draws a free kick. I'll just give him a little bit of confidence.
Daniel Amati fizzing the ball in to Kamal Sowa. Back to Amati again. An important member of the squad last season, came in at vital times, in particular in victories against Manchester City at the Etihad and the home win against Liverpool. Dewsbury Hall. Amati finding Sowa. Daly Campbell supporting him. Iheanacho just holding back. Nicely laid off to Sung Chitawon. Dewsbury Hall onside as it came into his feet. Plenty in blue around the 18-yard area. Goes out to Vardy. Sowa and Iheanacho inside the penalty area. Vardy might not use them. It's a sliding block from Brayford. Indeed, a number of times in the way, even when Maddox was trying to distribute the ball.
He's taking the applause there, mate, isn't he? That would be a rarity for him. Mike Dean receiving applause for getting in the way.
He likes to shun the limelight, apparently. He's almost nearly ran to that one as it was dropping. I thought he was going to head it. Sung Chitawon to Ndidi.
Even he's a bit rusty, John, as well.
So uses Daly Campbell. Made his first team appearance, or debut, in the FA Cup against Brighton earlier on this year. Dewsbury Hall will come across to take the corner. It's all Leicester at the start of the second half.
And what you're seeing, John, is both full-backs getting forward in the attacking positions where they overlap and causing issues.
Dewsbury Hall, Daly Campbell. Now it's Thomas. Opted to take strike. It nearly fell in favour of Vardy. Thomas grabbed 2 goals last season, both very, very memorable. His first in the Europa League in Braga, and then his first in the Premier League was something very special at Old Trafford in a win against Manchester United. Good to see youth products in this side and key members of this side in the likes of Thomas, Chowdhury, Dewsbury Hall.
Just a better pace about the game, isn't there, in the second half, from as far as Leicester are concerned. better flow to the passing as well. As I said, I mentioned both full-backs creating those overlaps, creating the space out wide. Exactly what Brendan Rodgers will have wanted to see.
Maçı will close down Garrett, who makes the clearance. Good leap by Benkovic. Smith, Brayford. The Leicester throw. Real breakthrough season last season for Luke Thomas. 12 Premier League starts, 2 more as a sub, as well as appearances in the Europa League, the FA Cup, the League Cup. Started 7 of the last 8 in all competitions, including the FA Cup final. Here's Dewsbury Hall. Stopped in his tracks by Brayford. Morris opting to go back to Mancien. Here's Trialist, who has stayed on the field, trying to impress, trying to earn a contract. Vardy and Iheanacho will both close him down here.
It's great from Jamie, isn't it? Kelechi Iheanacho, he's 7 yards closer to the ball than Jamie. But Jamie thinks, you know what, I'm chasing that down, and Kelechi, duly obliges by letting him get on with it.
Benkovic hooking the ball clear, like Kamal Soa was on loan with Leicester City's sister club, Lütfen, last season. Indeed, his challenge certainly won't be the last. Ended last season as the player with the 5th most challenges, tackles in the Premier League. Hamer will take the throw for Burton. We're about to embark on their 6th season in League One or higher since promotion from League Two. Not bad for a team that made it into the Football League in 2009. Brendan Rodgers much more vocal in this second half. Heard a lot more from him.
Yeah, I think he's more vocal because he's happy. He likes what he's saying. Obviously, he didn't quite get what he wanted in that first half. A little bit, say, rusty, a little bit scrappy at times. 1 or 2 little bright spots, but other than that, the start of the second half has been a lot different. The tempo in the game, the urgency with the passing, it's been right up there.
Morris looked right, but didn't like the options, and instead goes left. Hamer making an underlapping run. Here's Aikins. Morris again. This time there's 2 to the right. Brayford and Smith. Smith looking to inject some pace into the Burton attack, but very good defending from Luke Thomas, and a lovely piece of skill before he's tripped and Leicester have a free kick.
Yeah, he just copes with that quite well, doesn't he? Good run from Smith. And just showing that cool head, doesn't he? Draws the foul. Going to be a real asset again, I feel, as well, along with Bertrand on that left-hand side. Luke Thomas.
For Thomas, is it the same as for Fafana, that almost difficult second season? More expectation, more people knowing more about you?
There is that, John, absolutely. And when that happens, or if that happens, then you've got to find another way. One thing you can't take away from Luke Thomas is his desire and willingness to win. You can see it every time he takes to the pitch, and that's invaluable.
Shalaja pokes it straight to Daley Campbell, joined in the summer of 2019 from Arsenal, former England youth international. Iheanacho to Ndidi. Couldn't quite find the angle for the switch of play. Thomas was in space. It's Kelechi Iheanacho dropping deep. Mentioned about Brendan Rodgers being vocal. The Burton bench becoming very vocal as well. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank and his assistant Dino Marmria, who was manager at Stevenage and Oldham in his own right. And clearly has spent a bit of time in the gym, the Burton assistant. You won't fancy meeting either of those two in a dark alley.
Taught him everything he knows, John.
Hemmings will try and cause Marty problems as support arrives. This is Smith. It was a heavy touch, but he's got the pace to get there, and he's gone beyond Marty. And then he was crowded out by Dewsbury Hall and Ndidi. And after Leicester pressure, it's Burton that nearly find themselves in front.
Yeah, well, again, you know, it's good. Well, we talked about Hemmings loves getting back and into defenders, and Marty just can't quite cope with it. But watch Dewsbury Hall here, getting back. We know what he's like when he's got the ball at his feet, but that's good defensive work from him, just to stop Smith getting any kind of quality on that shot.
Corner that Smith will take, in swinging, away from Vardy. Everyone was back, so Shitterwan will put pressure on Shalaja. Goes back to Garrett. Good leap by Hamer, straight through to Daniel Everson. Everson, who's had really good loan spells. Preston, I mentioned last season, previously with Rotherham and Oldham. So gone through all of the age groups with the Danish national team, and he's had a couple of call-ups for the full side. There's a decent goalkeeper called Kasper Schmeichel who's going to need to get past if he's ever going to make it into the full Danish side, or even into the Leicester side, of course. Thomas will allow Smith a chance to come forward again here. Maddox and Hemmings ahead of him, Aikins to the left. This is Hamer. Looped out towards Brayford, but it's Luke Thomas with the header.
He does well, Luke Thomas. You know, he's made the mistake initially, but he's up on his feet and he's straight back at Smith. Forces him backwards and stops any momentum that they might have had.
Fraser, Blake, Tracy is the player to come on. The player going off, the experience, the Burton captain, John Brayford. Blake Tracy joined in the summer from Peterborough. Might see Hamer move to right back here because Blake Tracy is a left back or a left midfielder. Came through non-league with Dereham and Lowestoft before joining Peterborough. 2 years there. Signed a 2-year deal with Burton. And Ndidi pushed by Maddox.
There's no issues with this one. Just a little push.
Back to Everson. Bankovic had the loan spell with Luton last season, also had spells with Cardiff, Bristol City and Celtic. Only a couple of first-team appearances in Leicester colours in competitive action, both in cup games, one in the League Cup, one in the FA Cup. He's coming back to his first season. He's now about to embark on his 4th season as a Leicester City player.
It's been a bit of a strange career for him, hasn't it, John, at Leicester City? To say, been out on loan literally every season he's been here, but he just can't find a home.
Joined at the same time as Kagalar Soyuncu. Very different careers so far for the pair of them. Iheanacho was trying to thread one through to Vardy, but Sowar taking it from him. Dewsbury Hall. Now Thomas. Burton, as they did in the end of the first half, sitting deep, allowing Leicester to have the ball. Pressure on Leicester to try and find the key to unlock the door. Daly Campbell. Blocked by Akins. Can use Sowa here. Kamal Sowa, Iheanacho, Dewsbury Hall. Thomas, he's already had one shot, gets a bit closer with a second. Just from outside of the penalty area.
Yeah, Brendan will be happy with that. Look at that, good, crisp passing, quick decision making on the ball. Yes, shot from Thomas is a little bit wayward, but in the build-up, just seen the passing being a little bit more crisp, opening up, you know, Burton slightly to get it across to the other side of the 18-yard box.
More Burton changes. Jacob Maddox coming off. Number 8 is Joe Powell, and number 23 is Terry Taylor. He replaces Deji Oshalaja. Joe Powell, former West Ham youth player, signed in January 2020. Terry Taylor joined in February from Wolves, Scottish born, started with Aberdeen. So up. Struggling for options and then losing the ball. Here's Hemmings. Definite featherweight against heavyweight here. Indeed, he comes to support to try and even up the balance. So up.
Just took too long, didn't he, to make his mind up what he wanted to do with the ball. As you say, just got crowded out, but thankfully there's a couple of teammates there to help young Sawa out.
Throwing taken by the substitute Blake Tracy. Back in Leicester's possession, thanks to Ndidi. Dewsbury Hall looking for Iheanacho. He's watching that one drop from the skies. And it's the trialist who makes the challenge, and Leicester have a throw.
Yeah, difficult ball for him to try and pull down. Just flighting over his left shoulder. Lovely touch. Can't quite get at the other side. It's a good challenge from Mr. T.
Thomas. Burton are preparing one more change. Everson clipping one back to Thomas, who, in fact, Benkovic, who couldn't find Thomas. Into the Burton fans. Hamer has gone over to that far side. Now we're right back. He takes the throw. Down the line to Smith, looking for the return. He's bundling his way through. Hamer. His cross. Stretch from Everson, with two players lurking and hoping behind that he wouldn't quite get there.
Yeah, he does well, Hamer, doesn't he? Again, he's been a constant thorn today. But that's great goalkeeping for him, Everson. You know, good early shot, coming and claiming, safe pair of hands. What a joy to see that is as a centre-half when the ball's gone over your head.
Came in at the end of last season, Thomas Hamer. 19 appearances, 3 goals. Important goals that kept Burton's League One status. Vardy onside, fed by Thomas, slips but still first to the ball. He loses out to Smith. Always popular with opposition fans, Jamie Vardy.
Yeah, he'll score in a minute.
Yeah. Do you know what? He's probably missed that as well.
Yeah.
banter between each other. Everson, I think, gave the shouts. Martin allowing it to roll through. Big imposing figure, Daniel Everson. Be interesting to see where he goes this season, whether he stays and he's back up, or whether he gets more experience maybe in the Championship to help his growing reputation.
We've got...
It's a very strong goalkeeping
department. Yeah, I was going to say, they've got some good keepers. But, so it wouldn't do him any harm to go back out if that's the case. If Brendan's going to stick with a goalkeeping situation as it is, get him out on loan, because he's obviously relishing the opportunity of playing.
Thomas has done really well to pluck that from the sky and then just try to flick the ball towards Jamie Vardy.
Well, he does really well here, Luke Thomas. Jamie just switches off as he goes past him, and that's a lovely little flick. Again, just that bit of rustiness, isn't it? Any given day, Vardy would have sniffed that out. He'd have read that situation, and he'd been straight on to it. But great play from Thomas.
There's Thomas again in a defensive role, using Everson. It's a no-nonsense clearance towards Soa. Indeed, trying to get to the second ball. It was with Terry Taylor before it's moved out to Hamer on the right. We'll get there before Sung Shitawon. Thomas will help. In doing so, will win a free kick. Probably been the most involved player from a Leicester perspective at both ends of the field, Luke Thomas.
No, absolutely. He's been, as you said, both full-backs trying to get forward, but Luke Thomas showing his quality, and then defensively as well, which is vitally important. I know in the modern game, full-backs are predominantly used as attackers, but you should never get away from the priority of full-backs, especially, as you need to be able to defend.
Kane Hemmings going off. Amari Patrick coming on, another summer recruit signed from Carlisle. Had 18 months with the Cumbrians, formerly with Bradford, Kidderminster, Barnsley. He's a winger with pace, and he's taken that position on the left. It's allowed Lucas Aikins to go into the central striking area, which he will certainly prefer. Everson's kick was wayward, and it's a Burton throw. Just under 20 minutes remaining, still waiting for a breakthrough goal in this game. A reminder, there is a trophy at stake, the Bass Charity Vase. First final back in 1890. Derby, they were winners. They won the trophy the most times, 20 in total. Burton have claimed it 12. Leicester 5 times, whether that be in the name of Leicester City or Leicester Foss. The last in 1982, when they beat Burton 3-2. That was at Burton's previous home, Eaton Park. Wasn't played last year due to the pandemic, so Derby the holders, following their 5-2 win against Burton in 2019. Quite apt as well in the current situation. It was, when it was designed, it was to raise funds for medical and hospital charities, so that will still be the case today, and much needed they are as well towards the NHS and the sterling work that their staff have been doing over the last 18 months. There's Morris. Smith. Nacho. Some shitter one, and then indeed he appears from nowhere, and just as it looked as though Leicester would spark an attack, he was pulled back for the foul.
Yeah, he reads the situation brilliantly, doesn't he, Lütfen Abone Ol? But I think it's Tanawat, isn't it, with a little pullback, as you say.
First touch for the new arrival, Omari Patrick. Header from Hamer. Patrick scored on his first appearance for Burton in the first friendly 3-1 win at Nuneaton. Held by Aikins on Thomas. Back with Everson. We'll call that one a shank, a slice.
Yep, I'm used to them. Out of play for a Leicester throw. Filip Benkovic. As things stands, 15 minutes away from a penalty shootout. To claim the impressive looking, that's Charity Vase. Still time for all of that to change as Amati lofts one towards the halfway line. It's beyond Vardy and some shitter one. And it's Amati's header to Thomas. Shrewsbury Hall can have another go. Kamal Sowah on to Daly Campbell. Nice control by Amati. And Didi. Three Burton players around him and he's giving the ball away. That's beyond ambitious. Some ooze from the Burton crowd. I'm not sure Everson was too troubled by Joe Powell's effort. It's a good effort, isn't it? So, just again taking too long, and Didi goes for it. Keeper has it covered, to be fair to him. It's a decent effort. It's a shot on goal, I suppose, which have been pretty few and far between, has to be said.
Aikins coming off, didn't have too long in that central striking role. Louis Malt coming on is another summer recruit. Malt joined on Preston, from Preston after 3.5 years there. Began his career with Stoke. He's had a spell with Motherwell in Scotland. Do we put the commentator's curse on this, Jerry, and say we're not going to see a goal in the hope that maybe that will curse it, then we will? Yeah,
but I think, you know, just trying to see the flow of the game, John, you know, the tempo's just gone out of it slightly, as far as Leicester are concerned. In the first 10-15 minutes, you know, both full-backs marauding forward. You know, Leicester causing big problems for Burton's defence. But at the minute, not a lot happening as far as attacking.
Maybe now, as Omari Patrick races away. Foul given against Wilfred and Didi. Chance for Burton to use one of their set pieces here.
It's good skill, good pace, and so he's just trying to push the ball away from Ndidi, but Ndidi just continually just handing him off, just puts him off balance. Easy one for the ref to give. Can't really argue with that, Wilfred.
One of the substitutes, Joe Powell, will take the free kick. Patrick just ahead of him. A gathering of bodies inside the penalty area. Everson came and then went! And the header coming in at the far post was wide and off target. It was the...
Well, I don't know whether or not the keeper coming and stopping might have just put him off, but that's a big miss. Again, we can't see how close he is to the byline. You have got to say that's a chance for Burton.
And it was Hamer again.
And it was Hamer who's been excellent in the air today.
On another day, the full-back could have had a hat-trick. Powell. Malt thought he was fouled, and then Vontae Daly-Campbell trying to hurdle over him, maybe just caught his shoulder. Everyone back on their feet. Well, Burton could have stole it as we head towards the final 10 minutes of the game.
Just going back there, you know, the first 10-15 minutes, Jamie Vardy, Kelechi Iheanacho involved in a lot of stuff. The last 15-20 minutes, we've not seen any of them, have we, in an attacking sense?
Daly-Campbell, it's direct into Iheanacho. Iheanacho to Dewsbury Hall. The two to his left, the Thomas and Thanawat Sumshita-Wan. Here is the Thailand international, earned his first 2 caps for his country in June in some World Cup qualifiers. Dewsbury Hall into his right foot. Iheanacho. It's patient from Leicester, and then the shot from Dewsbury Hall. Varney was offside, not that it was an intended pass anyway.
Good possession, wasn't it? But no real penetration.
Patrick running into Daly-Campbell. No Tracy's throw. Leicester quickly have the ball back. Composed from Leicester. Everson using Dewsbury Hall. Daly-Campbell will use Everson again. This time it's a first-time clearance, but might be another one. In fact, it has landed inside the stadium. They cost a bit more, the Premier League balls. Need to look after those.